episode that I do every other Tuesday, second and fourth Tuesday of every month, will be available on their network. So, the guest tonight is Tiff, AKA Hazel, AKA Through Hazel Eyes. And I am burning a little Palo Santo. I am just calling in the good energy. So come on in, come on in, come on in. I'm really excited for this guest tonight. You know, I've actually known her for quite a while, but you know, we finally got to work with each other over the weekend. So let's get right into it. Yeah. What's up, everybody? All right. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's see if that works. What's up, Nick? I'm excited. Hey.
Yo.
Here. So what's good?
What's up, Sammie? How are you?
I'm blessed and I'm grateful and I'm happy to have you for sure.
To hear that. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So, okay. I know you might be a little nervous, right? So like before
I apologize in advance.
Nah, chill, right? Cause listen, I'm gonna say something that's mad embarrassing. Just to like get the nerves out, like for myself, right?
Right.
While I also invite some people who said they wanted to pull up, you know, some of the women from over the weekend. So as I'm doing that, right, I'm a let you know of something, right? So what's crazy is that let's see how good I am at multitasking.
I'm not that great at it.
Yeah. So okay. I'm just hoping they see it and pull up, but they're like, "Oh, tag me in it." I'm like, I don't even know how you do that. Like, I'm just gonna send it to you.
Yeah, this is my first time ever doing an Instagram live,
For
so
real. That's crazy. I decided to do them to like connect, you know, with other creatives and stuff
Yeah.
because not for nothing, but like most of us have, for one, have like deep thoughts and feelings and like stories, and we're just interesting people in general. So like I like the fact that it gives people, you know, a chance to get to know us a little bit better, like rather than just look at our work,
Right.
you know? So I love that. And okay, I'm gonna get into the embarrassing shit. So
Right.
nah, it really is though, because it's like so not my character now, but it so like was for a little while. Mad childish and shit. Okay, so before I knew you, like got to know you, right? Like we still whatever, right? Like we don't know each other that deep. But like I used to not fuck with you. Like I didn't really like you. And I didn't really like you because you were bagging the girls that I was like interested in. And I'm like, yo, I don't like her. Like, I didn't even know you, you know? So I apologize for my one-sided beef that you didn't even know
Nah,
existed.
it's cool. I remember us having like, you know, an exchange of words at one point, but it was nothing serious, obviously, because here we are now. So, you know, I'm glad, you know, I'm glad that, you know, there's growth involved, you know.
Yeah. Meg said I'm
But
dead.
thank you for that transparency.
Yeah. It's like, you know, and I let that out too because I knew you were nervous, and I'm like, let me just put that out there. And it's so crazy you say that because my memory is so shot. Like I don't even remember that. Really, for real. I have lost probably so much in my memory, but
No, I understand. Yeah, me too.
but what I do remember is that, you know, throughout the years, like we randomly have bumped into each other at the most random things, and I'm just like, that's so crazy, you know, like so it's a reason that we're kind of interconnected in some sense, and keep like coming into the same orbit. And I'm just, you know, I'm glad that we got to finally work together over the weekend.
Yeah, me too. Me too, definitely. It wasn't until later on, after like DCC days, that I knew you were even an artist. And I was like, oh shit, like that's back cool. cool. And then I've been following your journey. So it's dope to see your growth and how you stayed consistent and still doing it. That's the key. You just got to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm proud of you, and you came a long way too. So that's what's up. It's really dope, and I'm honored to share this space with you.
Yeah. Thank you. I
Yeah.
received that because that's love and like, you know, same. Like I've been peeping you too, you know, and I'm like, wow, you know, you really doing your thing. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into some things that you've accomplished, right? But what's up, Dior? What's up, Frank Bands? Um, yeah, the DCC days, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to DCC because low key, like for me, that's all where it started. Like
Yeah.
it's cool to kind of look back at. But all right, so okay, all right. There's so many things I want to talk
All
about,
right.
but for those who were, you know, at this cipher, first of all, that was history that was made. Like that was
Bro,
crazy.
like the woman showed up and showed out. Like that's my favorite cipher yet that I've been to. Like just the amount of talent and woman that bodied it. Like, yo, Steve is a GOAT for real for just creating that platform. And I'm just so happy everyone came through and came together and showed out because I met so many dope people through that platform. Like it's amazing. It really
Yeah,
is.
it was um it was so inspiring for me because it's like, yo, like just I don't know, I wasn't expecting that many
Yeah.
female spitters like I in one place. I was just like, this is crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
I definitely wasn't expecting that either. Like, I mean, I knew the other ciphers have been big like that, but I don't know why. I just figured, okay, maybe it's just all women. It might not be, but I underestimated it and it was a great turnout. Like, it was great.
yo,
That
it
was your
was
first
wild.
one, right?
That was my first one train cipher.
Wow.
And let me say something, right? Like now that I peep game, I'm like, yo, next time I come and the bars will literally knock people out. Like,
Yeah.
whoa, because like that's what happened. I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, like people got shots at me like
Doing your thing. You did your big one.
yeah, I definitely had fun with it. Dior said unreal. Wrld said her story facts. Facts.
Facts.
Facts. It was hey, what's good? What's good, y'all? You're amazing. Thank you. So are you. So are you. Um yeah, that was just like
Yeah.
moving, empowering, like the whole weekend too. And it was cool that you worked both events. So like for those, you know, who weren't at the all women's one train cipher, there was the day before the Empower
Right.
and that was super dope too. And it's like and it's cool how like, you know, we all kind of just kept the grind going, like
Exactly.
kept it in motion. And
Right, right.
yeah, it was
I love too that on Saturday too. Like, the cipher was big, with so many people. I love that Saturday was a little bit more intimate. Kind of brought like that balance.
yeah.
But yeah, and just getting to even the photographers that were there, just getting to speak to them one on one. Like, I used to be like I still am kind of introverted, but lately I've definitely been like learning to be a little social butterfly. So, it was definitely nice connecting with everybody on Saturday on that intimate level, like one on one, because I feel like I haven't done that in a while. So it was nice to like break out of my shell. And then on the cipher, I feel like I connected with like the people I knew, but like I was still like kind of shy to like start conversations with people that I really wanted to go up to that I haven't spoken to. But we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, I mean, plus, like, I feel like when it comes to you or just people in general, like, when they start seeing you or when you start seeing somebody repetitively at things
Mm,
you're showing up to for your passion, like for your craft, you naturally want to be like, all right, I keep seeing
right, right.
like,
Yeah,
what's
that's why, yeah, that's definitely why Saturday I had to just, get to connect with the woman on a different level because I hadn't done that. And yeah, I've been seeing that. I think this is like my third or fourth cipher that I've been to, and just working with that community. So yeah, it was definitely time to tap in and get to know them on a different level. So that was cool.
And shout out Steve Muels for putting it together. Like,
So
how did you
yeah.
even get connected to Steve in the first place?
I can't remember how we first initially met, but I just remember us always being at the same concerts and shows. Like, I feel like every concert or every festival I was at, he was in, and we would just run into each other at the pits and say what up. Um, yeah, he would hit me up, ask me if there was any shows I know about. I would hit him up, and we would just connect each other whenever we could.
Mm,
And then it was crazy because then, um once he started working with Russ on the tour, which was like one of my favorite like artists, like since the
yeah.
beginning. Um, I actually ended up being on that same tour, but shooting for Boogus, which is Russ's best friend. So running into Steve there, it was just like wow, like it was just a real like it was just surreal moment for me, like just connecting with him years later and still like just seeing that same passion and drive. Like I knew he was gonna make his way up there somehow,
Mm.
so that was really dope. But yeah, that's how we connected. And when he reached out to me one time to shoot the cypher, and then I've just been on his team ever since. Yeah.
Yeah. And you said you did like four of them, right?
I
Ciphers?
think this was my fourth
Okay.
one, the woman one
And the woman's
being the
one
fourth.
went crazy. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it went crazy. It went crazy.
Um,
Yeah, I was surprised that we got to do it on the train. I thought we was gonna have to take it to the park, but I'm glad that we were able to do it on the train because that was just like that's like the original vibe.
yeah,
Like, so I'm glad you got to experience that too because I feel like it's just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger, and he's not even gonna be able to do it on a train no more.
that's a fact. Definitely not. Definitely not. It's gonna be like a whole stadium at some point if it
Mm-hmm.
continues to grow like this.
I believe that for sure.
But yeah, nah, super dope. Like I'm still, you know, I'm still like in that frequency. Like I'm still vibrating
Yes.
at that frequency, like of just being inspired and empowered and being surrounded by that passion
Right.
and drive and like talent,
Yeah.
really, it was I got connected. I made a lot of connections. I think I was the only one handing out business cards, which is so crazy to me. I'm like, man,
Yo, shout out to you, cause yo, I always tell myself I need to have somebody asked me for a business card that day too. And I'm like, damn, I have Instagram. Like that's crazy, but nah, yeah, that's definitely vital. Like we need that. So shout out to you,
I
cause
know it's so old school, but at the same time, like,
nah, yeah, you gotta be accessible in all ways. You feel me? There's some people who don't like even have social
mm,
media. So just even tapping into those people and giving them a way to find you, that's dope.
facts, facts. May 2nd, Union Station, 8 p.m., 12 a.m. Legend Cipher. More, and he'll hit me up about that. Like, let me know more about that for sure, for sure.
Dope.
Um, can I don't know if you could read the comments and stuff like that or whatever.
Yeah, I could see some, yeah.
Okay. So, all right. Before we get even deeper into it, I want to know like the beginnings and like when the first time you picked up a camera and like when was the first time that you decided like I really want to do this seriously, like I want to take this serious.
Um, well, I was always like taking pictures and videos on my phone when I was a kid. My mom used to have like the throwback VHS, the camcorder. So I always used to play with that. But it wasn't until like I got to high school, actually, when I moved from the Bronx to Beacon, that I made the decision that I wanted to make like film and photography a career. I was working at a local spa, Roma Nova, and one of my colleagues at the time, he was a film photographer. And I used to just roll with him and just seeing the things that he used to document. And so that inspired me to actually buy a camera. And I've tried shooting it all from landscapes to animals, pet, people. And then finally, one of the promoters out there, shout out to Maserati. he gave me an opportunity to shoot Young and May in Poughkeepsie at the Chance Theater. And I felt like from there, the rest was history. I was like, oh yeah, if I could do this, I could do anything. And my goal was always, I always wanted to be an actress, which is the crazy part.
For real.
Yeah, I've always wanted to be an actress, heavily inspired by Angelina Jolie. But somehow I ended up behind the camera. And yeah, the ultimate goal is definitely I want to write, direct, and shoot my own films. So
Mhm.
that's the goal. But that's how it started, yeah.
So when you say write, direct, and shoot your own film, you mean like full blown like movie?
Yeah, full blown movie, box office movies.
I love it.
Yeah, that's the goal.
And so like I want to connect you with somebody. He engineered some of my music, which
Okay,
like he did crazy with that. But like his that's his passion, and he's like gotten so far and put out films and like
cool.
all them big film festivals, like he's gotten flown out to them and placed like won these things. And listen, I don't know a
Nice.
lot about it, but I could connect you with him because like he knows a lot about
I would
that.
love that. Yeah,
And it's cool
definitely.
because he's like, I had to make the choice between like, am I gonna stick with music or film? And he's
Mm,
like, the way music is just changing so much,
yeah.
changing, and like he's the smartest dude I ever met, to be honest. I swear, like he's low key like an alien, but like for real. But he's like he broke it down as to why the film industry is like not going anywhere
Yeah,
and only grow and like only gonna make more and more.
right.
So so definitely I'm a connect y'all,
Yeah, I
and hopefully more
would love that.
too for this Saturday because it'd be dope to see you again.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. He did reach out. I gotta hit him back after this for sure.
Dope. All right, cool. So when you said all right that you were like doing landscapes and portraits and animals and all this stuff, like what for photography, like what's your favorite? Do you prefer like still shot portraits or performance shots, like people on stage doing their thing? Like what do you like?
For candid shots. I love candid. I love catching people in the element. I try to stay like preference wise, I try to stay away from too posy stuff.
Mm,
I mean, I still do it, but my ultimate favorite thing to shoot is candids. Just catching people in their natural element when they're not even thinking too much. I just feel like you capture more of like the ambience and the vibe and emotion of a photo that way,
mm-hmm.
in a moment when you capture a moment. So, yeah, I would say candids are my favorite thing to shoot.
I like
Yeah,
that. I like that answer because it's so true. Like some of the best photos you can get of a memory are candid.
right,
Like it
right.
really brings back that time. Like yeah, I like that. That's dope. Okay, so let's really get into it, right?
Uh,
I seen that you went on tour with the Fugees. That's like legendary. Like
yes,
White John, like Lauren Hill, like those shots were dope. What you got was like dope.
thank
Like,
you.
can you tell more about that experience? Like for those who are tuned in, for those that are gonna watch back, for those who are gonna watch when it's on the network, like talk about that. That's dope.
Miss Lauren Hill and the Fugees tour. One, I would have never thought, would have never thought that that could have been possible for me. Two, it was an experience of a lifetime. It was my first time really going on a tour on a scale like that. Thankfully, from the crew and everybody was so cool. It just made the experience so much more fun.
Mm,
Um, on Wyclef's side, I had worked with Wyclef, which is how, and his manager Madeline, which is how I got the gig.
mm,
And it was a small team of like four women, and all I gotta say is that we did that between me, which I was the photographer, videographer for Wyclef, um, shot and edited everything on my
mm,
own. Um, my partner, who is the hairstylist, excuse me, the wardrobe stylist for Wyclef Jean, the road manager, Madeline herself, and yeah, we got no sleep. It was intense. Like we was just back to back after a show, go straight to the hotel, straight to edit. Then I gotta pack up, head to the airport, and just keep doing it all over again. But overall, yeah, it was an experience of a lifetime. Like I still find myself in random moments, like going back to my photos and just trying to like soak it in, because so much happens that sometimes you don't really have the chance to like be present and really like enjoy what's happening, because you got deadlines to me is at the end of the day is work. It's not fun. It looks like fun, but the pressure is a lot. So yeah, it was just I learned so much, and I thought that I was ready for a tour like that, and it just showed me how much I wasn't ready. Although I did everything that I still did and, got my edits out, but I cried like probably like every other night. But overall, it was an amazing experience, and if I could do it all over again, I would. Miss Hill is such a pleasure to work with. Like, at first I was intimidated, but she's a sweetheart, and the whole team, they're all so dope. Like, it was it's I can't even put it into words. Like my hairs are standing up right now because like I just feel that energy all over again. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was crazy. It was intense.
Yeah, that's a big part of your story. Like, I feel like everything happens for a reason, for one. And what's dope is that you get to revisit that. Like you get to just like literally close your eyes or go back to the pictures, literally,
Right, right.
and go right back to that moment and be like, yo, that was so official. Like,
Yo,
you know,
for real.
and it's dope. It's dope that you got to experience that. And like nobody's ever like fully ready for anything major scale. Like we just do it and just do it to the best of our ability,
Yeah,
and like learn from it and grow from it and gain like more experience, and then just take that into the next thing. Like,
right, right. That's literally
and
what I did. That's literally what I did.
mhm,
Took that experience, learned from it, and hopefully, this year one of my goals is to go on tour again with another artist. So let's see how that goes.
it's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
I
Thank you. I appreciate that. I think
already
so too, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, it will, because like you've got it. I think a lot of entrepreneurs, like, creatives like ourselves, like um we are our own worst critic, right? And like we also just continue to set the bar. Like we're never like accomplished. Like
Right.
we never feel like we did our best or like we accomplished something, like, and like really take the moment to soak that in, because we're always just setting the
Right.
bar
Seeking for
high.
more perfection when perfection doesn't even exist.
Word. Like that's a fact though. Stop Henny Bulata and bring in one video.
Evie, I love you, man. I love you so much. I
What's up?
miss you.
What's up? That's good vibes right there.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but yeah, it's so true. Like, look, another creative, you know what I mean? Like,
Right. Shout
and
out to Evie, man. She's doing her thing, yo. If you don't know, she's doing these sazon. If you, yeah, y'all gotta go buy it. Y'all gotta go buy it, try it. Super mom
yes,
right here.
yes,
Like she's amazing. Definitely tap in with her too. She's dope.
definitely. So, okay, depending on where you tune in to watch this, when this is dropped, Instagram at Locked and Vibey, LOCDANDVIBEY. Tap in.
Yeah.
Tap in.
For sure.
That's
She's dope.
that's what's up. That's what's up. So, I saw back in 2017 also that you were at the Chance and you shot PNB Rock.
Oh my God, yes.
Like,
Yes. Rest
may
in
he rest
peace.
in peace, right?
Yes.
Like, so when stuff like that happens, I feel like it's so cool, right? Because like it's the same thing. Like I opened up for DMX at the Chance, right? And
Wow.
then
That's
I
amazing.
got to meet him and all of that. And then like, I got a picture with him. I keep it in my studio because it's
That's
inspiring.
fire. Wow.
And it's like, yo, like when people, you know, we get into their orbit before like they're not here anymore, and like
Yeah.
that's powerful too.
Very, very. It's crazy. I remember when it happened. That obviously that was like the first memory that came into my head. Because he was so sweet to me. And I was just shocked. Like, and I believe that was the second artist that shot, thanks to Maserati at the Chance Theater. So yeah, it's crazy. When I get my studio, I definitely gotta print that one and blow that one up big because that's a special photo right there.
Yeah, yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, for real, for real. So like, do you have like what's your most memorable? Yeah, yeah. What's your most memorable shoot? I guess I would say, or like just what's your most memorable slash like highlight of your career?
Hmm. There's a couple of those. Um, Most recent though, I would say when I went to the UK in Europe for the first time with Wyclef Jean.
Mm,
This past year, we went to Cannes, France. I got to experience the film festival there. That was amazing. And I went to London with him, got some studio sessions done in there. But I think right now that's like one of my like top memorable moments because that was my first time out the country. Um, and on that scale, like, and for work too. So it was just, that's definitely like stamped right now. It got its like frontal right now.
yeah, keep that. Like, it's just a glimpse as to more. There's more to
Yeah,
come. And like,
definitely.
how long have you been working with Wyclef? Because I remember seeing that like years ago. I like years ago. I remember seeing something
Yeah.
like being like,
Um,
here it goes, like here it goes, you know?
yeah. It's been like 6, 7 years now. I want to say 20, end of 2018 or beginning of 2019. One of those two. So yeah, it's been a few years now.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely a blessing and super honored. Um, yeah, that's family right there.
How did y'all even get connected? It's just like the universe and like God does what it does.
Yeah.
Like,
So it's actually, I'm gonna try to make a long story short. So I'm gonna start off with this shout out to David Sincere. He's a choreographer from New York.
okay,
He actually had made a post on Instagram because he was looking for dancers for Wyclef's show. Um, and for a song actually that he has with another artist from the Bronx, Jazzy Amra. Um, and I just DM'd David on Instagram. I was like, "Hey, I'm not a dancer, but I got a camera. Can I like slide through, get some footage for you?" And shout out to him because if he would have never like said yes, I would have never met Madeline, who's the reason why I even got to meet and start working with Wyclef. So yeah, shout out to David. That's how that happened. And I took pictures for them, and Madeline, the manager, happened to be there in the room. I showed her the pictures, and she just looked at me. I was like, "You coming to the show, right?" And I was like, "I guess I am now." Shit. Yeah. But yeah, so and then that's kind of just how that connection started. And then after that show, which was in Sony Hall, I actually was kind of like very persistent, and I was just like DMing Madeline like every day, like annoying her. And I was like, "Yo, I just quit my job because I did. I was working 3 jobs at the time. I don't know if you remember, I was working at Sam's Club, and then I was working at the bank, and I was working at a pizza spot in Fishkill, and I quit all 3 of my jobs, and yeah, the rest is history. I just told her like, listen, I want to follow you. I want to document whatever you got going on. Next thing you know, I had like 3 itineraries in my email, and that was like the start of history.
yeah, I
So
love it. I love it because
yeah,
like yo, it's so crazy. The guest that I had last, you know, last Talk About It Tuesdays, Rita Pira. this story that you're telling me reminds me of, there's this energy, right? Like that we put out into the world, that we put out into the universe, that
Mhm.
we put out in like leaps of faith, however you want to put it.
Right.
And it's like in you saying, yo, like I'm doing whatever I gotta do right now, although it's scary and it's also not like normal by society's view. Like
Mm-hmm.
do this, but like I'm taking the risk. Like I feel the push, like to go and just do this, and that means cutting off like the dead weight, which
Yep.
happen to be jobs. Like I respect you for that because, you know, unfortunately, people aren't willing to do that and are told not to do that.
Right.
You know, and you're
Right.
just like, no, this feels right. And like me too. Like I've literally quit jobs right on the spot because like I remember, you know, like I had an opportunity to go meet Hip Hop Mike, one of, you know, Jay Hatch and all those, you know, people at 97.1 and all this, whatever,
Right.
whatever, right? And I'm like, I told my boss, I was waitressing, I told the boss, I'm like, yeah, I told you that I had to go to this and you still put me on schedule. Like I only got one table left.
Right.
Like the table's good, like I'm leaving. And he's like, is that your final choice? And I'm like, yes, like
Right.
like you gotta fire me, like then do what you gotta do. But like I'm not gonna let a job that is so replaceable
Mm-hmm.
hold me back from chasing my dreams. And
Right.
obviously neither are you. So
Right. Right. I did that for a long time.
mhm,
I
yeah,
did that for too long.
yeah, I respect you for that because like that's what life's about. And like we really do get rewarded, I feel like, when we step towards that, despite the fear or the obstacles that come in our way.
Right.
And we're because we know that it's meant for us, like we
Right.
have
You
this
just it's just a feeling like that intuition, like only you feel it and know what it is. So it's like, yeah, you just gotta go with it, man. You just gotta go with it.
yeah.
Fuck all the outside noise. And the crazy part is that it usually be the people closest to you who tell you like you can't do something or telling you you shouldn't do it and why you shouldn't do it. And it's like, I mean, you could receive the feedback and the opinions, but don't let it like alter your decision making because I feel like I could have been so much further if I didn't let people get to my ear.
Mm,
But I mean, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, so I'm not even tripping about that. But just like, dropping a gem for anybody who is like breaking into something and they feel it. They feel like they just feel that intuition and that guidance from themselves. Just follow it for sure.
facts. Follow that. Don't
Yeah.
let, because it's so true. Like, even if it's out of love. And what's up, Shirley? Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, like it's usually out of love. I don't know. Some might be slight shade, low key,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
whatever. But like, even when it's out of love, like,
Mm.
because they nobody's gonna see your
Right.
vision. Like we
Right.
see it. Like it's in here,
Right.
like, like I could see it when I close my eyes. Like, whoa,
Mm-hmm.
like I know you can't see that, and like I'm not up. It's not up. Like I can't. I don't know how I could draw it out for you, but I'm gonna just live
Right.
it out so that you can understand that. Like no, like it's real. It's a real thing.
Yeah, that
So
was beautifully put together. I can't draw it for you, but I'm gonna just have to live it out so you can see. Right. That's
that's
a
it.
fact.
That's it. It's just a reflection of their insecurities and what they can't see themselves doing. That's a fact. It's a
Fact. Yeah.
it's a limited mindset that most
Mhm.
people have. Most.
Yeah.
I think even especially people from the generations before us,
Hmm. Yes.
they're like, you got to do this, then this, and then you die.
Yeah, right. And I was not doing that or that or that, honey. I was not doing it. I'm doing it my way.
Right.
My mom always said that about me, that I always like rock to the beat of my own drum. So
Yeah.
fuck it. I created my own path and my own lane.
hmm And that's why we see, you know, the results that we do, but that's also why we face what we do. And you know, but I believe we're built for it. So as
Right.
long as we continue to go in the direction we're going, like, you know, even sometimes like I'll veer off or go through certain situations in life, and like, you know, that gets me down or whatever it may be,
Mhm.
or just distracts me, or like gets me, you know, puts me in some sort of pain or whatever the case may be.
Right.
Like, you know, I gotta like refocus, like reset,
Right.
bring it
Right.
together, remember why I'm here.
Exactly.
Like,
It's hard, but yeah, it's definitely important to just regain that focus back and sit in your solitude and the Palo Santo and just right. Get back to yourself, get back to
right,
one.
right. Mac, that music, what's up? Good evening to you too. It's either in you or it ain't. Proud of y'all. That's a fact.
Appreciate you.
That's
Yeah, yo, for real.
a fact. All right, so you've also gotten shots. I'm just gonna put a couple out there, right? So like people
Okay.
could hear Danny Lay, Mano, Jermaine Dupri. Um, I think I seen DJ Khaled, like Flip De
You did
Niro.
your research. I like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
cool, cool. That's what's up.
yeah. Gots
Yeah,
to. So like you know, I think it's dope that media, like, you know, y'all get like this media pass, y'all right
yeah,
there. Like I'm like,
yeah,
y'all,
right.
that's fire. That's so
Yeah,
dope. And like,
it
but
is
you're on stage.
amazing.
You're on stage for most of the shots, which
Yeah,
is dope.
yeah, that was that. Yo, the energy from the crowd, like from that space, it's so funny. I'm such an emotional person. Like, I think probably like every show I've been to, like whenever like an artist comes out or something and everyone just screams, like I always cry.
Yo, I
Because that,
can
that
relate to that.
vibration is just crazy. Like, it's just wow. Like, it's just a rush.
Uh,
Like,
I,
it's
I
crazy.
I can literally relate to that. So
Yeah,
like even like when somebody wins a Grammy on the TV, and I'm
right.
like
It's like, oh my God, I'm so proud. Like,
yo, that's so true. If like it's so funny you're saying that, because I'm like, yo, why am I like why am I like
yeah.
that? Like, yo, I'd be so happy for people.
Yeah, for real. Like, it's just so inspiring. It definitely puts a fuel on my back, man.
Mhm.
Definitely does.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. I love that you said that, because it made me think of that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just like that. Like, forget it. If like people are chanting somebody's name, I don't care what the situation is. Like, I'm a
Right.
happy to hold back tears.
I felt
Like,
that.
I love it. I love it. So when it comes to like your photography, your color grading is fire. Like your it's so crisp. It's so like colorful. Like, how long did it take you to really master like getting your photos to come out the way that they do?
Oh, well, thank you for saying that because I feel like, well, you said it before, you're your own worst critic, but I feel like I have so much to learn with color grading, like, um, but honestly, like, even to this day, I still research like on YouTube, tips and tricks like in Lightroom and in Photoshop, but most of my editing is just really the basics as far as lighting and colors. Um, and like contrast. I don't get too deep with the edits. But yeah, I feel like it's an ongoing process. It's been 7 years I've been doing photography and I'm still Googling, so
But listen, same,
excuse me.
right? Like I've been doing this music stuff and art and all of this stuff for so long, and I'm still learning. Like that's all a part of it.
Right.
I'm constantly like Google, ChatGPT, YouTube, like this, like
Yo,
this,
for real.
because there's always so much more to learn in what it is that we do, you know. And we could always be better, is what like
Right.
It's how we, as just how we naturally are. So, but the beautiful part is that we want to be better.
Right, exactly. Yeah, color grading is actually something that I want to really focus on this year, especially since I'm tapping into, you know, more of my cinematography and just tapping more into video. But yeah, I'm trying to get like on that super like movies that we see on TV color grading. Like that's where I'm trying to be at. So yeah, 1% every day though. We'll get there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, just continue. If that's like your dream, like I always say, to people close to me and stuff, especially if they're, tired of their jobs and whatnot. I'm like, yo, what is your dream job? Like, if you could do literally anything, there was nothing stopping you from, like, what is that?
Right.
Like, why are you not trying to do that? Like, just do that
Mm,
then. Like,
yeah,
figure out how you could do that. So, like, if film and like really putting together like movies is like what you want to do, then that's what you're gonna do
right.
because you're focused. That's where your focus is. That's where your fascination lies. Like that's, it's gonna come together. It's a lot of work, but so is all of this.
Right. You just gotta pick what kind of hard work you want to do.
Facts, facts. So let's see what else. What else? Like, um, what's an obstacle that you have faced along the way? I know we spoke kind of about some of that, but is there anything that you could think of, like, in this process for, like, maybe for, like, photographers, upcoming photographers, videographers, filmmakers, like, you know, what is something that they might run into also?
Hmm. Um, in terms of in terms of like obstacles with like getting gigs or just like
Yeah,
shooting in general, I've shoots. What are some obstacles?
I guess
Well,
both.
oh, yeah. Well, one of the main obstacles I used to face was that I used to like accept jobs and like not have any money to like get to them. So I would be scrambled trying to figure out how the hell I'm gonna get to this job when I had no money to even get there. Um so one thing I would advise remember I mentioned I had quit my jobs
Yeah.
and I just like took the risk. I didn't quit my jobs with like a savings or anything like that. I quit my job with probably like $200 in my pocket. And so I definitely faced a lot of obstacles in that sense, and I ended up being like kind of an inconvenience to some of my close friends at the time because they kind of like bothered them to kind of help me figure out how to get there. And shout out to them, they know who they are, whether it's they lent me money to take a cab to get to the gig or just help me down. In the beginning, that's definitely one of the obstacles I faced was just like I was just trying to do everything and be everywhere all at once that I was mismanaging my clients, my time.
Mm.
Um, but I feel like that all came from like a place of greed at one point. Um, but over the years, I've definitely learned to, not operate from that space. But when things happen and um, you go from not really doing anything to then being in this spotlight with your favorite celebrities and people see that and the downside is a lot of people want to work with you because of who you worked with, not because of who you are.
Mm.
Um,
Whoa.
So yeah, I feel like at one point, I was getting like reached out to just because of who I worked with and who I knew. So I was just taking anything that came my way, even things that didn't align with me.
Okay.
So I think that's where I found the most obstacle in like just taking jobs that like didn't align with me and then find myself like super stressed out like at a shoot or like just with a client, and yeah, um yeah, it's never easy working with upset clients. So I feel like that those decisions led to me having to face like uncomfortable conversations with clients, missing deadlines because I was overworking myself. But yeah, that was like kind of one of the main obstacles I used to face in this journey. But
I can
we
see
got
that.
better. We got better.
Live
Full
and learn. That's
transparency here, you know?
uh-huh. I
Yeah.
love it though. And I like that you're, being honest and vulnerable about that part of your experience,
Yeah.
I appreciate
Gotta
that.
be, because um yeah, you just gotta be honest, man, because people just see you doing the work and they just think that you got it like that, or like, you know, so just want to be honest about the in and outs of everything, and that is just my experience.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think that is powerful because it's real, it's raw,
Mm,
honest. Like it's like, people only see what we put out there, right?
yeah,
And they see the work and they see the finished work
right,
and they see like the glitz and glam and what they think, but they don't, and that's why I do stuff like this, right? Like
right,
that's why I do talk about it Tuesdays. That's why I do encourage other creatives to like tell their stories, and to
right,
like get deep and let people really know like what it's like behind the scenes. I just love behind the scenes type of stuff because
yeah,
people don't understand sometimes like
hmm,
we really go through stuff on a deep level. Like, you
yeah,
know, we definitely struggle. So, but we really do push through also, and we live and we learn and we have our experiences that shape us
right,
and allow us to
right.
grow. And so, all right, I want to know too, do you enjoy editing?
No.
Because thank you. I'm so
I'm
glad you said.
telling you right now, no.
I'm so glad you said that, yo.
Editing video, nah. I do it 'cause I kind of have to. But I that's why I know the basics to get me by. But yeah, I'm definitely looking to build my team for my production company. And definitely looking for editors. So yeah, if you know of any editors, please send them my way, 'cause I'm trying to connect, 'cause I hate editing.
Yeah, I'm glad that you said that because like just editing a reel is annoying to
Yeah.
me, and it's so crazy. Like it took me a minute to even just like edit the reel that I just posted about this past weekend, and
Yeah.
and it came up and it like glitched, and the whole second half where the one train cipher, like all those clips is not lined
Yeah.
up to the audio. I'm like, that's not how it
Oh
looked
my
when I
God.
reviewed it.
So you have to do it
And
again?
I'm just like, I'm not doing it again. Like, yo, because not for nothing, like I definitely overwork myself. I have
Mm,
so many things going on right now, and like, I be in the middle of like I'm editing all my music videos, shooting my music videos, editing them myself right now.
mm.
Like, I'm literally doing it all
That's
myself.
cool though.
But like,
That's super dope.
but that's why I said that because I'm like, yo, the
Yeah.
editing part, like,
Yo, I think my hate comes from just how much time it takes away from me.
yeah,
Like I'm really like I feel like I spent the first 5, 6 years like really like just revolving my life around work, that now I'm in a space where I have my mom just moved, trying to like make time for my family.
hmm
And so like even being at home, like having to be in the room and edit, like can't like just sit and watch a movie, like just enjoy quality time. So I think that's where, because like I don't hate it, like I enjoy like learning new techniques and trying new things when I edit. But yeah, I just really hate like the time it takes away from me, like,
yeah,
cause I mean, it's some people like my boy, shout out Barry Films, like, yo, he could edit a 1 minute recap in like 2 hours, like probably even less. Like me, it'll take me like a whole day sometimes for a 1 minute recap. Like, I'm not even gonna
that's
lie.
a fact. Like,
But like, yo, and then like and then just tweaking things that probably no one else is gonna even notice or see. Like it's just it could be a nuisance, but yeah, it could also be fun.
Yeah, it's like a love-hate relationship for me because it probably takes about a day while multitasking and having ADHD moments,
Right, right,
all the
right,
that and the other thing.
right.
But
That's
like,
important to highlight.
yeah, coming back to it, right? Like,
Right.
but but like I do feel good when it comes together,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Mm.
all right, cool, So I guess that's
Yeah.
the rewarding piece.
Yeah, that's a fact. It is. It definitely is.
So
It's,
this is Talk About It Tuesdays. Hashtag TAT. It's towards the end, and I'm gonna ask you now if you have a tattoo to please let us see the tattoo and explain the meaning behind it.
this is kind of silly, but so I have a tattoo right here on my arm. I don't know if y'all can see it. It says no control.
Mm.
Um, so this I got in Beacon, at Honorable Ink Main Street. And there was a woman there. She was an apprentice for the shop. And so she was doing like free tattoos for the day. So I had to select from a sheet. And in this moment that I had walked into the tattoo shop, I was actually having a little disagreement with one of my siblings. And they texted me, "You are so out of control." So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get this one since, I guess that's very fitting for the situation right now. Because it was either between that or like an airplane. So I didn't want to go with the airplane. So I was like, fuck it, we can go with no control. So yeah, that's the backstory behind that one. But now that I'm older, I actually want to cross out the no, well, the N,
Uh-huh.
yeah, the no, and right in, so it could say in control.
Oh,
Because I feel like, I'm more aware of of myself and can manage my reactions and actions a little bit better. So, compared to at the time when I got it, I was like 18, 17. So,
I love
yeah.
that. And that's actually super dope to expand on that tattoo, but like make it more meaningful to you now. And you have that option to do
Right.
that,
Right,
which
right,
is great.
right. Yeah, and it's funny because it didn't mean anything to me then. It was just like fun, but like, as time passes and you reflect on situations and things that, you could have done differently and how you could have reacted differently. It definitely just reminds me of my growth every time I look at it because I definitely came a long way.
Mm.
Um, and healing is an ongoing journey. So, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. If even if you want, just putting it out there, you could always text me a picture of it, and like I could expand on it to we could like collab on an idea as to how to cover that up, but keep it and make it your own, like
All
something
right.
that you would want on you if you want.
All
I've
right.
drawn
Yeah.
people's tattoos, like drawn out people's tattoos before. I love
Oh,
tattoos.
that's
That's why
cool. Okay.
that's why I make it a part of it. Like
All right.
and then I'll admit this too, like like Talk About It Tuesdays, and I was always like hashtag TAT. For some reason, I believed for the longest that was the acronym TAT, and I'm like, one day driving home, I was just like, wait, Talk About It Tuesdays. I was like, wait, it should be
Oh.
TAT.
I didn't even notice that.
Right. And I don't think anybody peeped, so maybe y'all maybe
Yeah.
maybe editors, when you see this, cut that out, cut that out.
That's not funny. No, I didn't even notice that,
Yeah,
but that's cute. I like that. Talk
yeah.
about it Tuesdays, THC. Yeah, yeah. I don't think anybody caught that, honestly, unless you say something. I definitely didn't catch that.
So we having fun out here, yo. We having fun.
Yeah.
What's up, Ash? What's up, Matt? Um, yeah, I'm really, I'm thankful to have had you on. Thank you for agreeing so last minute. Like, I originally had a male producer, but the female energy
Yeah.
um, from this weekend, I'm like, no, no, I really need to keep this energy going because I'm
Yeah.
feeling so empowered from that. weekend, and like you were a big part of the weekend, and like you did your big one. Like you know, you're consistent. You continue to grind and show up
Thank
and put in work.
you.
So continue to do what it is that you do, you know?
Thank you. You too. You too. I'm super proud of you. I can't wait to see what else you put out and what else you got to show, what else you have to show the world. For
Yeah.
real.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for the opportunity. Yeah, this was a little bit nerve-wracking. I had anxiety before this. I was like, oh, what the fuck am I gonna talk about? I feel like I could be like socially awkward, but I mean, it's cool. Thank you for getting me on my show.
Yeah.
I needed this for
Good.
real. I appreciate the platform and the conversations that you're having with people because it's important to connect with people, like you said, other than just knowing about them and just like their work. So
Hmm. I
I
agree.
appreciate what you're doing for real.
Yeah, for me, it bridges the gap between being a human and being a creative.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that bridge right there is what I want to shed light on. So,
Right,
because it's one and the same,
right,
right?
right,
It's one and the same. This is who we are on a day-to-day basis, but we're still people,
right.
you know. Um,
We're not machines.
yeah. Word, word. But yeah, shout out to you. You know, I'm glad you came on, and just to let you know, it's gonna, you know, this might be one of the first or whatever interviews, but there will be many, many more. So, you know, this is just it's just something like
I appreciate that. I appreciate that for
so
real. And thank you for your kind words, for real. Like before, it was like at 8:59. I was like, let me read her message one more time. I needed to read that. I needed to remind myself
yeah,
of everything that you told me, all the good things. So that was dope.
yeah,
I appreciate
yes, of course, of course. You know, it's good to connect always. Hopefully, I'll see you Saturday. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
Um,
let me know what time is your set time.
I will
Yeah,
definitely let you know as
because
soon
even
as
if
I
I
know.
don't shoot, yeah, if I could still pop out support, I would love to do
Yeah,
that for sure.
yeah,
And
that
it's
would
in
be dope. I'm definitely
Brooklyn. I live in Brooklyn, right? It's in Brooklyn.
yes, it's
Ah,
in Brooklyn.
cool.
So that would be dope. I'm like so excited to perform these songs. Like so excited. Like I have the most fun performing this type of music that I've been putting out because it's just like high energy, and like when I'm on stage, I just want to have that high energy.
All right, I look forward to it. Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, on the time aligns. I definitely would love to see you in your element.
Dope, dope,
Yeah, that's
dope.
dope.
Regardless,
I'm proud of you, man. Keep
we're gonna
grinding.
connect. Thank you. I'm proud of you too, for sure, for sure. So, you know, shout out to everybody who's tuned in and engaged with us as
Yeah,
well.
thank you.
Those who will watch the clips back, and those who, you know, will go on to COC Network on YouTube, definitely go subscribe and follow through Hazel Eyes, THRUHAZELEYES _ to tap it.
Appreciate you.
So love, light, positive energy. Thanks for
Always,
coming on.
always.
And this is Talk About It Tuesdays, every second and fourth Tuesday of every month, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's your girl, Sammie B. Bring.
Appreciate you.
You too.